Rob Pizzola, professional sports gambler, comes to us courtesy of the Hammer Betting Network. The Hammer produces daily sports betting content for every major North American sport. You can visit thehammer.bet, or you can go to YouTube, search the Hammer HQ. You can follow Rob on Twitter at Rob Pizzola. Solana was just telling us during the commercial break, he has followed Rob on social media on Instagram, and he shreds. Like, did you know Pizzola is a big guitar player, Crowder?
No, you can go, Rob. You can do it.
I can. I've been playing for a long time.
What did you just say?
I just assumed he was asking me like if I could play, but it was just words, a lot of words. That
I wasn't expecting a question.
I also forgot to say hello, Rob, which I've been doing for 5 years.
Hello, Mark.
You can go.
Like,
do it.
First of all, I don't know anything about guitar playing, but I just mimicked what Solana said. So I go, he shreds, and it sounded like I knew what I was talking about. And then Crowder comes barging in like the Kool-Aid man. What did you say? So you can go.
You can go. You can do it. I don't know. I thought the question was for Rob about him playing, and then you say Crowder.
Did we ever play for you the time that Crowder had Serena Williams coming on the show with him?
No.
So Crowder is paired with a different white guy years ago on this radio station, different Jewish white guy than me. I fit the jacket. But no, so he's doing this show with one of the sports anchors in town named Adam Cooperstein. And Coop has booked Serena's. Was it Serena?
It was Serena.
Right. Okay. So he's booked Serena to come on the show. It's maybe the greatest guest booking
Huge.
in the world. Their show, what was it? 1 o'clock probably.
One to three. Yeah.
So Coop, it was at the tennis tournament, gets with her. She wants to promote her fashion line. Crowder in the studio gets a text from Coop 2 minutes before the show starts. I'm caught in traffic, and she is calling in right at 1 o'clock. You take it from here, right? So I just want to make sure that I'm setting the scene right so you can hear this properly. This is Serena Williams on the line.
At her prime. This is 2013. Like, this is when Serena is that lady.
This is 15 seconds into the show, and here's what Crowder does.
We got Venus Williams here. Venus, what's up?
All right. So now here's how I break it down. I'm going to play it for you again. Yeah. It's Serena on the line.
Yeah.
B, if you listen to it closely, he claps. No host in the history of the world has clapped at their own, has been so proud of their own guest that they clap. And then thirdly, his hard-hitting first question is, what's up? Play this again, Solana.
We got Venus Williams here. Venus, what's up?
I can hear the clap there right before the what's up. Yeah.
He's excited. We got Venus, which you don't. You have Serena. And then he drops the what's up. And Rob, that was the best part of the interview.
Yeah, I believe it. Now, in Crowder's defense, I've been in this situation before, right around the same time. And actually, it's not just because I'm on with you guys, but I was a producer at one time, had like zero hosting abilities, never hosted anything. And I got a call from my host that he was like, Rob, I'm supposed to do a pre-tape with Brian Hartline. You guys would remember Brian Hartline.
Yeah.
Receiver for the Dolphins. And I'm like, Brian Hartline. I'm like, who the heck is Brian Hartline? Like, what am I? He's like, he's calling in 2 minutes. You got to do the interview. I'm not going to be there or whatever. So I'm just, at this time, this was like 2010, roughly that time. I pulled up Twitter, which was very new, just to try to like learn what I could about him. And Brian Hartline at that time was tweeting up a storm. He was like one of the only athletes that was on Twitter tweeting all. So we had a 15-minute conversation about Twitter. We talked about no football at all. We talked only about social media. It was amazing. I knew nothing about this guy. I was just trying to Google everything I could while I was interviewing him. But it's a tough spot, man. When you're put in that situation, you're nervous and you just, you say what comes to your head. At least I didn't call him a different name. That's what I'll say. I didn't introduce him under a different name.
And then you want to know what really ends up happening? She's on literally like, I'll give you 7 minutes. It's a local AM radio show. She's Serena Williams. She wants to promote her fashion line. We don't have the audio of it, but Crowder immediately goes into steroids.
Well, you know what? He was asking the hard-hitting questions. He was being a real journalist right there, asking the hard-hitting questions.
What's up? Steroids and tennis? Come on, bro. That's what everybody wants to know.
What the people wanted to hear, Crowder. You were just doing your job, man. No one wanted to hear about the fashion line.
Good luck with the fashion, Venus.
That was always the most awkward thing about interviewing. Like, I was a producer for many years as well. And like one of the secrets to getting big guests was get them on when they have something to promote, right? Yeah. Whether it's like a charity golf tournament. I remember I booked Charles Woodson once because he like started a winery and he wanted to talk about his wine. Same with Drew Bledsoe back in the day. But like trying to work that into the interview is just right. So tell us about this wine that you're doing, Drew, or what? It's just out of nowhere. You're talking football and then you're just trying to mix in something else. It's so
every
weird.
year Ronnie Lott is available to come on if you want to talk about prostate testing. But it's like, well, how do I get in? How do I get this naturally?
Yes. Oh man, great times though.
Speaking of like just looking at Twitter, so Crowder and I are doing a show. This was several years ago at Doral, and it was I don't know. It was, what year was this? This had to be, well, regardless. Wow. Daniel Berger, you follow golf, Rob. Yep. I don't, and he really wasn't on the radar back then. And so Crowder and I are doing the show. We don't have anyone with us, essentially. We had like an engineer with us, but he wasn't like, directing traffic. So someone from the tournament had come to us and said, hey, do you want us to bring any golfers over? And I don't, but, whatever. I'm out there. They're paying us to be out there. I'm like, yeah, thinking that during a commercial break, they'll come over. If they offer me Fuzzy Zeller, I'll take them. And right. if they don't, I'll say, oh, we don't have time coming up. We're literally in the middle of a segment. They sit some schlep down in front of us. I have no idea what it is. They hand me a piece of paper. It says Daniel Berger. So I go to Wikipedia. He's joining us. Now, they have made fun of me relentlessly for 5 or 6 years. Listen to my opening question here. You can tell I am reading his Wikipedia entry as he sits down. Going on. Daniel Berger, professional golfer, local guy. How's the course playing today, as a matter of fact?
How's the course playing today, as a matter of fact? As if he was going to... Listen, I get it. When you're in those pressure situations where you don't know what to do, sometimes you just say stupid things. Like whatever pops into your head, it's going to happen. I get it. I mean, for those who've hosted stuff before and you're caught off guard by stuff, you just don't know how to react and you got to say something. Yeah.
But I laugh because I'm introduced. It is so obvious. I'm reading his Wikipedia. Daniel Berger, professional golfer. I'm now noticing he lives in Jupiter, local guy. And how's the course playing is not the worst question in the world. How's the course playing, as a matter of fact, is the dumbest thing that you could utter.
It's pretty tough. That's a tough one. I'm surprised you threw to that soundbite. If I were you, I'd be trying to wipe that from the system so that can never get played again.
We have a better golf one. So how about this? This is brilliant. Solana has just started as the producer. It was a host that's no longer with the station. His name was Big O. Oh, no. This was Dono and Frito, right?
Dono and Frito, middays on QAM.
Middays. So this is before he's our producer. And he's just kind of getting his teeth wet. And they're just starting to let him do sports updates at the top of the hour. And so there's a sponsorship when there's a big golf tournament, I think, with Edwin Watts. And so you have to give a leaderboard update for whatever tournament is going on. this is, you'd think that a new broadcaster would do a little prep, get ready. It becomes very apparent here that Solana does not know what he's doing.
Over to the PGA Championship leaderboard, as Be On is 3 under par right now, tied with B. Horschel and Thompson. I don't know golf. I got to be honest. You good over there, Dono? I don't know their first names.
You couldn't find a leaderboard with the first names?
No, I could not.
Byung Hyun An, Benny Han as he's called, Billy Horschel. Yeah, that's you know what? To his credit, he just gave up and he said, like, listen, you know what? I don't know who these guys are. Like, that's real radio right there. It's
You
better
give
than a
me
guy.
Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, exactly.
Mickelson.
There is nothing greater than Be On, followed by B. Horschel and Thompson.
Yeah, you either go with all the last names or all first name.
Right, you just go,
last
they're
name.
stacked up at the top here on
Yeah.
Horschel Thompson, and I'll have your next. Like, there's ways to get around it.
For sure. There's 10 golfers within 4 of the lead here at the PGA Championship. On is your leader at 9 under. You move on to the next thing,
I find it delightful though that he says, "I don't know what I'm talking about," as if we couldn't figure that out.
What?
Play that again when like he lets us in on the secret.
Over to the PGA Championship leaderboard, as Be On is 3 under par right now, tied with B. Horschel and Thompson. I don't know golf. I got to be honest. You good over there, Dono? I don't know their first names.
You couldn't find a leaderboard with the first names?
No, I could not.
It's so good with the update music playing in the background too, because it's just this dead silence with the music bed going for 10 seconds. I don't know golf.
I gotta be honest with you. Oh, thanks for being honest with us. We thought you were the golf expert.
Within 2 seconds, every single person listening to that knew that he didn't know golf.
Oh my God. And there was that moment of panic because I think you were
You could
thinking
feel
to
it.
yourself after you heard after you heard yourself say Be On, you had a decision to make. Do I quickly look for another leaderboard? Am I going to have time between On and Horschel to get to a leaderboard with 2 names, or do I forge ahead with just the initial?
Hey,
Listen closely. You can hear right before I say Be On, there's a moment of pause where I read that and I say, what the hell am I about to talk about right now?
I've been there before too. I did weekend updates, and sometimes you'll pull up like an ESPN box score, CBS box score, and it's just last names. And if it's like a sport you're not familiar with, you hit that point of like, I don't know who this player is. What am I going to do? I've already committed, and you just got to go with whatever comes to you in that moment. It's sheer moment of panic.
Somebody's texting in. This was precious too. Solana does our golf updates, obviously. So one year, the British Open, he's giving us an update at the top of every hour, and he keeps going, there is no movement right now. Everyone is still, stacked up. So after like 3 hours, someone texts in and goes, they're sleeping. It's in England.
It's not. No one's on the course.
He was
No one's
shocked.
He was
He was shocked every hour that the leaderboard wasn't changing at all.
Yeah, it's tough.
We're special.
I'll give you one more. And then there was another time where he did a leaderboard where he's like, you've got so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. And I go, oh, that's wild, man. I've got them in my golf pool like that. I'm doing really well. And then he said it again the next hour. You still have so-and-so and so-and-so. People start texting in. You are reading last year's leaderboard. Because if you just search up, PGA Open, you might get the 2022 leaderboard. You might get the 2023.
Oh, man. tough look. I'm really surprised Solana made it this far, honestly, that he's producing this show at this point.
Now
That's
he
a
does
that's
the
a
Heat
lot of strikes.
pregame, Dolphins pregame.
Yeah. He's
Quite
stealing
a
food from
meteoric
people in the
rise.
food court, like last year.
Oh my god.
Yeah.